Hi guys, it's Joy, and wow, the bullies are out today and they are taking off their masks, and honestly, I enjoy seeing it. I don't enjoy seeing a bully, but I enjoy seeing the mask and the facade slip. So I had seen this a couple days ago, but you guys know I have been in the middle of the situation with H3, which, hi to all my new subscribers. I am so happy to have you here. I got a huge bump on my channel. I'm nothing but grateful for the shout out. So thank you to Ethan and to Trisha for that. Even if it was negative, you're growing my channel, you're growing my business, and I so appreciate it. But today, I want to talk about drama channels. Now, I guess mine could be considered one. I'd like to think of myself more commentary, but at this point, I've heard so many definitions of drama channel. I really don't care how people see this, right? I like to give commentary on current things I'm seeing in YouTube. And one of the things I like to do, or that I think kind of interests me, and it's always been this way with me on YouTube, but it's even more so now, is to see and talk about the bullying nature of YouTubers. YouTubers themselves are bullies. Most are bullies. They are clout chasers. They are people that are trying to come up to get attention. Now, I would be lying to sit here and say I don't want to grow my channel. As a businesswoman, I want to grow my business. I want to make money. These are things I want to do. When I first came on my channel, my intention, I wanted to do those things, but my intention was I want to get my message out there, have fun, and make friends. Oh, that was my first of many mistakes coming on YouTube. YouTube is not a place where you make friends. In my opinion, these aren't people, most of the YouTubers, you can't really be friends with, because these are people that will do anything and say anything to get attention, no matter how damaging. And I feel like the target du jour that we've had over the last year for a lot of this bullying is Shane Dawson. Now, I'm not going to talk about his past content, especially if you're a minority that was offended by his past content. You do you. More power to you. I have all the respect for you. I would never tell somebody, especially minority, how to feel about something like that, and I understand if people are upset. I want to put that out there. I understand, and it would never be my place as somebody who's not a minority to say how you should feel or that you should forgive somebody. I mean, I don't think it's my place, period, to say that about anybody, right? But especially minorities, because we've all had a bigger awareness on what they go through in this country and how unfair things can be. It's fun. We like to keep people, especially minorities, in poverty here and then blame them for it. In doing my stimulus channel, I did so much deep dive research into the science behind poverty, and it's very concerning. And I feel like a lot of the issues we have in this country and the world could be resolved by ending poverty. But to keep us in poverty keeps us desperate, and the big people at the top can continue to profit off of us because in desperation, we have to make choices from desperation, which means we can't think long term. Boom, we can be controlled. But this video isn't about that. This is about a little microcosm of really disgusting behavior that I see consistently. And that is the bullies on YouTube, and especially the bullies on YouTube that want to parade around like they are warriors of justice, social justice warriors. I think a lot of people with social justice are well-intended, and I think they see the inequalities and inequities that go along in our society when it comes to women, when it comes to the LGBT, when it comes to minorities. I'm all for it. But the problem is, the SJW, so that's what I'm going to call it, the social justice word, the SJW mindset has very much become a justification of bullying mindset. And the problem is it becomes very, very hypocritical. I'm not talking about the intention of what's there. I'm talking about how it's executed. And I feel like there are a lot of YouTubers like Paige, like Dustin Dailey, and Dustin is who we're going to focus on today, that they want to parade around as they actually have a sense of social justice when really they'll just stab people in the back, be mean, and lie no matter what they have to do to grow their channels, all while acting like they are the voice of reason and they are the voice in the right, while really bullying and misrepresenting information. And I see it happen across the board. They're also very, very hypocritical. I love this. I've seen this time and time again with them where they'll call so-and-so out, like this has happened with me and Paige, will call me out for a sarcastic comment and joke that I've apologized ad nauseum for and continue to call me out no matter how many times I apologize, yet bigger YouTubers who allow the N-word on their channel, who defend saying the N-word as somebody who's not a minority, and have really awful R-word content and R-word things that they say. they will, they will butt kiss and they will be so happy. These same people that are so concerned for social justice were totally okay with people bullying me about my illnesses, illness shaming me, disability, ableist. That's totally fine. Nobody says a word about that. These same people, like Paige, she screams body positivity. And yet when a video comes out with somebody who's got almost 1 million subscriber fan base that does, like the crux of the video is to just put me down, make fun of me, and tell everybody the reason I gained weight is because I'm gross and disgusting and lazy. We applaud that, but we say nothing about that. This is the kind of behavior that I'm talking about. And I see, and these same people, and it's not just Dustin and Petty. There are so many drama channels that do this across the board. And it seems like it's totally okay to target Shane. Do y'all know how many videos consistently these drama channels have made of Shane? I always find it interesting. People get mad at me about the fact that I've made about 23 videos on Trisha, which I've even detailed all of that, even though Trisha can make over 60 putting Shane down. Somebody had sent me something. I need to really look into this more thoroughly. So this is a claim that I think there's like 139 videos and counting of Trisha talking about the D'Amelio sisters, going after teenagers. And it's so funny, the hypocrisy when it comes to you make too many videos, but drama channels can make hundreds of videos on Shane and it's totally fine to bully him. I'm not about that. That's why I'm not going to be pushed around. You guys know me. I've been through the ringer with this stuff. I know it's a bit of an introduction, but I wanted to kind of set the tone for what this video is going to be because I was disgusted and not at all surprised when I see somebody like Dustin Dailey, a fake social justice warrior, in my opinion. It's social justice parading around as, it's a bullyism parade around as social justice. He puts out a video. And Petty did this too. I'm not going to get into Petty's video, but Dustin put out a video basically completely misrepresenting and lying about Shane to stir up hate. And here's the thing. Shane has content that people are now offended by. I get that. And I'm not going to tell anybody how to feel. I understand. But Shane has taken that content down. He's apologized. He's tried to change. He is growing. He's been off social media for a year. And people do almost a year. I think May it will be a year. People continue to just bully and bully and bully him. I know what that feels like. I've been in this position on YouTube and I have a lot of empathy for him and my heart goes out to him. And I do think it's very interesting, and I might have a video about this coming up, that Trisha Paytas literally puts this lie out there that everybody jumps on, saying Shane is feeding me and Mikenactor and other small drama channels information, when I actually have evidence that this is what Trisha does to small channels and tries to get them to fight and stir up drama. So a lot of what you guys are going to see from YouTubers, a lot of this stuff, especially hearsay and gossip, these are people who are projecting onto other people. I don't like bullies, and I feel like I've been through enough on YouTube that this stuff doesn't bother me. Negative comments doesn't bother me. Downvotes on my videos, I really don't care. I'm here to grow my business and speak my truth and be the best person that I can be, and I feel like in doing that, to call out this behavior and try to ask us all to be better, what social justice is supposed to do, but these people actually don't care about, I think that's important. Now, this video is not to bully or harass or be mean to anybody, so please don't do that. But really, my side of the internet doesn't do that. Like, we really don't. In fact, I've never gotten so many disgusting, body-shaming comments in my life, more than I did from Ethan and Trisha's audiences. Good job, guys. Good job. Way to stand your queen. And I don't blame Trisha for that necessarily. You can't completely, unless there's reason to, you can't hold that person accountable for what their audience does, but they do have influence over them. I just think it's funny to me. It's so funny to watch the hypocrisy. Like, don't ever say negative about Trisha, and how dare you say something about her body, and she's amazing for speaking about her body issues, but because I literally talk about the fact that she's assaulted her fiance and she's done forced sex on him per what they've said, now her audience wants to come do nothing but body shame me. Okay, guys. But I want to go ahead, I want to dive into this. Let's see this very misleading video, and I'm going to do what I always do, even if it's ignored. I'm going to show the evidence. Even if people ignore me, I think the evidence is always key and always important, and the right people who need to see it will see it, and the people who just want to blindly believe a narrative, because unfortunately, schools haven't taught us how to cognitively think, use logic, and weigh information. It is what it is. Hopefully people will learn that skill at some point. And I don't knock people. I didn't learn that skill in school. I learned that in my later 20s, unfortunately. And I was mad. I was like, how did I not understand this? I just went purely after emotions and feelings and would get riled up, not understanding or even taking in the info. And that's what I want to portray. All right, guys, let's take a look and see what Dustin Dailey has to say. Here we go.
No, yeah, the usual suspect. Shane has become the usual suspect here on my channel, your channel, everybody's channel, because more and more keeps coming out about Shane, and we like. I didn't know about all this stuff because that was at a point in time when I didn't watch him. So, you know.
Amazing. There's a couple really telling points in this. First one, we're going to talk about Shane. Everybody's usual suspect. Everybody. You mean the fact that you all have decided collectively it's okay to bully him because he's successful and at the top. And it's real fun to knock somebody off their pedestal, especially when, I don't mean to be mean because maybe he does. Does Dustin have any actual talents? Like, inside or outside of YouTube, or his talent just bullying and being mean to people and being a mean girl? Because that's what this is. Like, you're going to see in this video, he's just being a mean girl. It's just complete disgusting behavior. But then the funny thing is, he makes sure to say, well, I didn't watch his content back then. Well, he has said he's a fan, right? And he didn't watch his content back then. That's fine. Look, I'm a fan of certain content I've seen of Shane, and I literally jumped on that bandwagon in late 2018. So I understand being a fan later. I'm not knocking him for that. But you're going to say that you weren't a fan, then you didn't watch his content, and yet you're going to try to talk about content that was from, this was from, I think, 2014. So we're talking 8 years ago, and give no context of what that time was like or his content was like. Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, I'm really glad that everyone collectively came together and decided this is somebody that we can bully, because social justice means going after and bullying people.
Him and Drew Monson were first.
I was just wondering the other day, like, where is Drew Monson?
He's been gone forever, right?
Where did he go?
I think that, like, Drew is, like, one of the nicest people. Like, I feel like he wears his heart on his sleeve, and he's dealt with a lot, and he deals with a lot of like anxiety, so I don't blame him for being out of the public eye. But a lot of people think that he might come out and make a video about Shane, but that's not what we're talking about, because
I like at the very end, I love this. First of all, and you'll see this a couple times, Dustin is trying to bait Drew Monsoon to come out and speak negatively about Shane. You know, let's add another log and more gasoline to an already bullying fire. So he puts that in there and tries to act real flippant about it, even though he says it later. If you watch my videos, Drew, then make sure and blah, blah, blah. I don't know, like maybe you should respect the fact that he needs privacy and he's working on himself and his mental health. And I love that he says it's so much fun to hear him be like, Drew wears his heart on his sleeve. He's got a lot of mental health issues. He's dealing with anxiety. I think he's a good person. Well, great and wonderful. And Shane doesn't get that same respect? Because Trisha made sure to out to everybody that Shane is in a state of mind where he's trying to leave the planet. He's trying to leave the planet. So we are compassionate with Drew Monsoon and his issues when you want to try to get some type of exclusive interview. Yet when Shane has issues, we're going to go harder and he deserves it. Drew Monsoon anxiety. He's such a nice guy. Shane, I want to leave the planet. Let's go at him harder. Can somebody explain that to me? And then he goes, and talking about trying to get Drew Monsoon to come out. He's like, but we're not even going to talk about in this video because, like, it's just, I'm sorry. It's very, watching the awkward bullying is funny. I'm not trying to make fun of Dustin Dailey. This is not about making fun of him as a person. I am saying it really bothers me to watch the different states of Dustin go through this bullying behavior. And I don't know, it makes me giggle because I'm like, did you lose your bullying train of thought? Is that why you had to do that, nasty little passive aggressive, and then you had to pause for a second? Were you just overloaded on your bully mindset? You weren't sure which way to segue when you're trying to pull an interview or trying to pull an exclusive at a Drew Monsoon? These people, y'all.
There was this video that was uploaded on this channel that I'll link down below, where they pretty much put all these clips together of Drew Monson and Shane together back when they were hanging out, and I was disgusted, like completely disgusted by what I saw. Like, Shane fat-shamed Drew, and there was even a part in this video that they uploaded, it was a vlog where they were in the car together, and Shane was talking about how fat Drew was getting, and then there's like this clip where it jumps and it's Drew by himself talking about how hurtful that was to him and how he doesn't like when people talk about his body. I don't think that if you're friends with someone, you should be able to, like, you should not do that to your friend.
Okay, but see, that is showing that Shane's insecurity, because Shane's thing is that he's always overweight and he's fat, all that kind of stuff. So he's pushing it onto Drew.
No. This is back when Shane was like really skinny. This is back when he was really skinny, so it was almost like Shane was trying to like shame him, but Drew is not a big boy. He's not.
Drew's a big boy.
I think it's funny that in their social justice conquest, Shane can't say anything about Drew's body, right? He can't say anything about Drew's body, but they can sit there and talk about Drew and Shane's bodies and say whether or not Drew was a big boy. And they can talk about Shane's body and they can talk about Drew's issues. Now, here's the thing, guys. I don't really even want to comment on this because I think it speaks for itself. I want to show you guys the clip of the body shaming. Now, I think I've removed maybe a minute of it, and you can see the whole clip for yourself. It was just more filler stuff. I left most of the clip in because I want you guys to see the actual full context of what they are talking about. Because what this was that Dustin was sent like a compilation of clips that just made Shane look bad while taking it all out of context. So let's go ahead, let's watch that, and then keep in everything that Dustin and his friend, and no disrespect to his friend, I forgot his name, I'm so bad with names. Let's see what they've said. Here we go.
Fuck, yeah, yours are getting good. That's what always fucking happens to me. I meet a fat person and they skinny up. I swear,
that's the
my
story
friend,
of my life. And then skinny up.
Yes!
Literally every time I try to get a friend who's fatter than me so I feel skinnier, they fucking skinny up though!
Oh, you're doing it and you got, what the fuck is that muscle shit about? When the fuck did that happen? That's bullshit.
Feel it though.
I don't want to.
Touch it though.
I feel like it's rude to do that.
Touch this though.
I hate it! Because I had something for a little while. Something for me is what I'm saying.
Let me see.
No, because it's nothing right now.
Let me see. That's big!
It's not big.
Look at that!
I'm so bad at flexing because you can't really do it without going,
right? You have Michelle Obama arms. Look at that guy next to you.
I hate myself so much. I hate myself.
He's like, what the
oh
fuck?
my god, I hate myself so much.
You were just taking a muscle
so
selfie.
Stupid. There's a guy right there who just saw me do that. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. Especially with this going on. I mean, if daddy was pumping, then maybe.
You got chest muscles though.
There's something.
You got a big old boob.
That's not good. I wore a V-neck and my tits fucked up. That shit fucks with your tits. No, when you wear one, floppy daddy though. God, that hurts. Does that not hurt you?
I mean, you do it for a long time. You gotta get to the point. You're still filming?
Yes.
Oh my god!
That was daddy being mean to me. He didn't think that you knew.
I didn't know!
You gotta get to the point! You gotta wrap it up!
You gotta ask him a question, you gotta talk about Miley, you gotta get to the point.
Get that thumbnail though!
Get that thumbnail though! Talk about showing!
Bright colors! Bright colors! I feel like you know this type of song because I've been singing this shit all day and I have like a little piece of the melody and then I get another piece and then it goes away. I don't know who it is. I know it's a song I like used to listen to in the car with my mom because you're like Shazam for like shitty early 2000s music, right?
Thanks.
That's what they call you.
Uh-huh. Kelly Clarkson!
Fucking Kelly Clarkson!
And he says live!
Behind it! Stop! Oh fuck, what's the chorus? What's the chorus? What's the chorus? That's like a big movie moment. Like someone comes in and they fucking sing that. It's like emotion.
Wait, you didn't finish your candy! Oh my god.
You want one? You can have it.
Oh my god. They're melted.
No, they're not.
Yes, they
Like
are.
bad melted? Oh no, this is perfect melted. That's melted?
Yeah.
I'll show you melted. Whips out my butthole.
Wait, now you talk a lot about how you want money, so...
No, I don't. I talk about how I need a little bit of money. That sounds like I want money. What I'm saying is I need money to like live in a place.
This year, we're gonna make you rich and famous. How are we gonna do it? Today, what's the first step?
I mean, that kissing video.
You kissing Trish. Second step, haircut. But not drastic.
Okay, is this the way
Not
you're gonna tell me I
drastic.
need a haircut? By
Maybe.
by telling me you're making me
Maybe.
money?
Third step,
I promise!
go on a diet. Well, you're not fat, but we can lean you, muscle you up.
How would you say that out loud? I actually don't like, I'm not doing that for a vlog. I don't like that you would say that.
I was kidding.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. I would never be mean to you.
I didn't know. Yes, you fucking would.
But not like, you know me. I would never. Are you kidding me with my body issues? Baby.
This wasn't on vlog, but the other day, because you're gonna get fat in like 2 years.
That's not
You're gonna
saying-
get fat in like 2 years.
You are. Here's what I was saying. Because, by the way, leave all this in. This is our
Yes.
friendship.
Oh no, this is good.
Oh,
Oh, this is some
it though?
shit. This is some
it though?
shit.
What I'm trying to say is, you eat like a fucking, like, you know, like the 1,000-pound man on TLC. That's how you eat.
First of all, I know you have a lot to say, but what the fuck are you talking about?
The 1,000-pound man.
No, what the fuck are you talking about? I eat?
Oh my
the
God.
shit you eat? Yeah, you eat a salad every 4 days. You
What?
fucking go and eat a deep fried like tuna sandwich, motherfucker, with a Ruby Baby Ruth on it? You went to the fair and ate the whole thing.
I had a bite.
You ate the fair. A bite.
Here's what I'm trying to say. You've never had a vegetable in your life. You've never had a fruit in your life. And I'm not mad at you about that. And all you eat is pizza and cheese and pizza and cheese. And that's fine. The issue is, in 2 years, maybe 1 year, you're going to be a man and all of that's going to go away. Your metabolism is going to be fucked and you're going to get fat. And that's fine. But I don't want you to freak out when that happens. I'm trying to teach.
Hey guys, so that was not an editing glitch. I did turn the camera off at that point, and actually, this is a little embarrassing, but get out of the car. I thought about not talking about this. I thought a lot of people might think it's a joke. I thought about just not putting that part in the video, but I thought if I'm making a vlog about my day and something happened during my day that was an argument between a friend and I, then I'll put that in there too. So I'm gonna be as frank as possible. Shane and I haven't been getting along. You might have sensed some tension in the car. You might have seen my face while he was talking about those things. I don't enjoy hearing things about my body, how I'm gonna get fat. I'm a little self-conscious about that. That's something I've kind of struggled with. And I just feel like since Shane has 2, he should maybe get that. And it sounds dramatic, but I got out of the car at that point and actually got an Uber home. I'm at a shitty hotel right now, just kind of figuring things out. And Shane has been a good friend for a while. Am I gonna miss him? Yeah, I'll miss him. And I don't know what. Okay. I said I'm putting everything in, so I don't know what's going on. Someone's at the door. Hello? What are you? What's in your hand?
Chocolate bar. Melted just how baby likes it.
Unwrap that shit right now. Take it. Thanks much for watching. Leave me a fucking comment. I'm very lonely.
When I get married, like, you're gonna be my best man though.
Really?
Yeah.
So did you see that? First of all, they totally leave out the fact that Shane has an eating disorder. Shane has eating issues. Shane has body dysmorphia. Shane has body issues that Shane even talks about in this. But oh no, it's just nothing but fat shaming. So let me break something down for people who might not understand this of a younger generation. Hi, how are ya? I want to explain how my generation grew up. I'm not trying to disrespect your generation, but if you guys demand respect from everybody, you should also try to respect everybody else. This is something you learn as you get older. So, my generation was very rough and tumble. We were kids that had to sometimes take care of and entertain ourselves after school 2, 3, 4 hours a day. We were actually given a key. We got to unlock our homes, go in, feed ourselves, do all of that, make sure we all stay alive, us and our siblings. And sometimes we did this at 6 to 8 years old. And sometimes we had younger people to look after. We were a generation that had no cell phones. There was no access to where we were. We were told, leave the house, come back for dinner every single day. Nobody cared where we were. Nobody cared really about predators. Like, you guys don't understand the world that we grew up in. We had to become adults very quickly. When we got trauma, guess what? You get over it. You sleep it off. Most of us didn't get therapy for any issues. I think a lot of the generation that's on YouTube now, they were part of the helicopter parenting. Look, I don't fault you. I don't blame you. All generations have their strengths. All generations have their weaknesses, but it's good to know which one you come from and what you end up exhibiting. Because here's the thing, we had to be adults very quickly, and we had traumas to deal with. We didn't have social media. So when something bad happened to us, guess what? There was no attention. Suck it up, buttercup, and get on with your life. This is how we lived. I am not saying I advocate necessarily for it. I'm saying this is the way we grew up. As a result, we had to find coping mechanisms to deal with our trauma. And guess what we did? We did a lot of dark humor. Now, it wasn't just our fault thinking we're just going to be dark people. It's the fact that we grew up with shows like Ren and Stimpy. We grew up with stuff with Rocko's Modern Life. That these were cartoons. These were very popular cartoons on Nickelodeon. Rocko's Modern Life, Rocko's job is literally a sex call worker. That's what it is. I'm not shaming, but I'm saying that's what it is. This is what children were exposed to, and they literally show it on the show and make fun of it. Our cartoons had more adult humor and themes than anything else. We were a generation that was taught it's okay for adults to kiss children. And I have a whole video about adults kissing children and being inappropriate, and we were taught, meh, that's okay. We really were. We were a generation that knew what R. Kelly was doing and thought it was a running joke, and we laughed. We all, collectively, us, the boomers, the greatest generationers, we laughed about, ew, he's a weirdo, and nothing happened to him. We were a very different generation. So how we dealt with our trauma, per how the media programmed us to be and having no tools, we used a lot of humor. All I'm seeing in this clip with Shane is two friends bantering. I think it's funny. That's why they made these skits. They would make skits of friendly banter and turn it into something. That's what this was. And this whole thing, guys, it was just a funny bantering skit. And what's great is that all these drama channels made sure to, in my opinion, because you could ask, well, was it intentional or not? I've watched them intentionally take little bits of things, take it out of context, and try to demonize somebody. It's happened to me. It's happened to other people that I've seen them put targets on. And that's what I feel like they're doing in this video. They completely left out any other context about the fact that it was a skit, about the fact that it's supposed to be funny, which, by the way, apparently with enough pressure, Dustin Dailey has issued the most non-apology apology I've ever seen. We're going to talk about in another video because this video is just going to be too long in itself. But I love it that they're just so compassionate with Drew and any issues that Drew has when nobody cares that Shane is a human being with similar, if not even worse issues right now, and it is totally okay to pummel him. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. I know this is super controversial, but guess what, guys? It's okay to use humor. It's okay to bring laughter and joy and jokes back. It's okay amongst you and your friends or whoever you want to find the joy in the darkness and bring it out to try to deal with it and process it. That is not a crime, and it's okay. I want to start a YouTube revolution. Let's bring humor back. And let's not just constantly try to one-up social justice each other on who's the more evil person that we can ruin and make money off of. How about that? Pro-humor. Pro-humor. And you know what? I thought it was funny. They were making jabs at each other. You know what, guys? When I was 300 pounds, well, almost 300 pounds, I had a friend of mine who's chronically ill. His friendship really helped get me through it because we would talk quite often. Somebody I did business with, somebody I really respect and appreciate. You know how we answer the phone to each other? Literally, I'll be like, good morning, turd, because we talk to each other every day. This person goes, hi, fatso. How's your fat? Were you able to go to bed because you're so fat? And you know what? I laugh every time. Even at this size, I laugh. When I was really fat, he did nothing but fat jokes. And I loved it. Do you know why? Because me being at that size, it wasn't because I ate myself into a stupor. I know some people like to think that. They don't understand what was going on with my illness. It was because something was physically wrong with my body and we couldn't figure out what. And it was kind of a race against time, running out of time, running out of resources. So I knew this is not who I am. I'm a very disciplined person. I'm not supposed to look like this. But something is wrong with me and nobody will either figure it out, take me seriously, and I'm dying. And you know what? I asked him to do the fat jokes. He did them because I asked for it. I encouraged it. We've had whole half-hour conversations where we just rip on each other, and we will go more and more and more extreme with our joking until and we go so far-fetched with it that we both start laughing. And it's almost like, who can be so extreme and shocking to make the other person laugh? This was the kind of humor that was prevalent, and this is the kind of humor that was on YouTube back then. It's people ripping on people. This is a lot of times what friends do. Even animals. Animals will play fight, and they'll play roughhouse. To other people could be like, oh my gosh, they're attacking people. No, they're playing. It's a form of play. Think about this. A lot of people during sexual intercourse like doing things that are physically painful. Sometimes when it comes to joy, there can also be elements of pain you can play with. And as long as everybody is okay with, and that's consensual, whether or not it's verbal or whether or not it's sexual, guess what, guys? That's okay. I like these videos from Shane and Drew. I think they're funny. They're ripping on each other and they're being silly. That's how they deal with and process their traumas. And that's okay. I'm so fed up and I'm so tired with jokes and humor don't exist. I'm so tired for the fact that I said some sarcastic, silly comments about race. No intention of hurting people. And when I realized maybe people misunderstood my intention or it hurt people, I've apologized up one side and down the other. Yet, people are still, no matter how long it is, no matter if it was 5 years ago, people are going to constantly, on the internet, to be bullies, try to constantly bring up something I did that was miscommunicated, that was well-intended. And I'm done with it. I still apologize if anybody's upset, and you can be upset. I'm not going to tell you how to feel, but I am not going to live my life held back by what other people think of a perceived mistake or miscommunication I made. I'm done. I'm not going to do that. My mistakes or my miscommunications in life, or how people have accidentally perceived me, and sometimes it's a mix of all of those, right? Doesn't define who I am. And I don't care if people set out to try to ruin me. Look, guys, here's how I look. On this side of the internet, my reputation has been ruined from lies and slander. I have nothing to lose, so guess what? I'm gonna advocate humor. I'm gonna advocate it's okay for friends to rip on each other. It's okay for people to joke. And I'm really tired of this narrative that it's not. I'm also tired of the narrative, my mental illness and how sensitive you need to be outweighs yours. My body image issues outweigh yours. It's bullcrap, it's false social justice warriorism that's really bullying. And that's why I'm calling out what people like Dustin Dailey and Petty Paige do.
He's not a big boy, but the thing that really got under my skin and the thing that really bothered me is this right here.
Let me spit into your mouth because you love me. You just... That's one of the meanest things you can do. That's like the scene in the movie where it's like, I can't believe he did that. John, you're going too far. I know he killed our daughter, but lick it off.
Okay.
You actually spit into my face.
In the clip that Shane and Drew are going back and forth in, Shane spits in Drew's face. What would you do if one of your friends...
I don't care if you're my friend, not my friend, somebody walking past me on the street, if you spit on me, I'm going to hit you, ho. That is what is going to happen. You do not spit in someone's face. That is the lowest of the low that you can.
It is, okay, number one, like, you don't, like, there's joking behavior and then there's like, oh girl, I'm gonna fight you type of stuff. And if somebody spits in my face, we fighting.
We fighting.
Period.
I mean, sometimes I let you spit in my face. But
well, that's different. That's a totally different thing. But we're like, they're sitting there filming a YouTube video, and he's like,
now, see, it'd be on camera. Your Honor, you saw him spit in my face. I beat his ass. Yeah, that is what that was, Your Honor. Okay.
Like, when did Shane think that was acceptable? Like, how did that, like, why would you think that you were even that comfortable with your friend to where you could spit in their face? Like, that to me is like one of the lowest things you could, like, do.
Did you ever date Drew?
No, I don't think.
Never did it? No crush or anything?
No.
Oh, first of all, if you guys saw the video that I just played a minute ago, at the very end, they were showing clips of stuff, and they show clips of Drew and, like, Shane mouth to mouth going, blah, blah, blah. So I love when he's like, well, first of all, there's joking behavior, and then there's just, and I can't remember what he said, but basically kind of like you're trying to attack somebody. Dustin, you don't get to say what the boundaries of people's friendships and relationships are and aren't. Great, Dustin. That's not the kind of behavior that you would do. But also, it doesn't seem like you're the kind of person that would put together creative skits and make yourself wildly popular on YouTube for that. Now you got too much gossiping to do, because literally, from what I've seen of your content, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm happy to stand corrected. I'm not like you. I will apologize, and I'm happy to stand corrected. but you don't actually do a lot of creative endeavors on your YouTube channel in the way that Shane would. You literally just bully and badmouth people from what I've seen and of your content and what I've seen of your character online. Who you are privately, I don't know. I don't think it's a stretch to say I don't think you're very different. Who you see with me on YouTube is really who you get. I'm more joking and I'm more hyper in real life, but I'm also like a ton of laying in bed, just out and ill. So like, I don't make a lot of sense. I'm extremely extroverted, but then I also need a ton of introverted time. But my point is, Dustin, you don't get to dictate what somebody's friendships and the boundaries of it are and aren't. Maybe Shane are totally okay with that. Because guess what? These are skits that they do, and many times they plan stuff out in advance. Or they'll sit there and rip on each other, and it just turns into a skit, and they end up going from there. But from that clip I saw, this is normal behavior for their friendship and for their working relationship. Are you telling me that in Hollywood, when you see all these gags and all this gross shock humor that's in a Hollywood movie, that's just horrible and that's just terrible? Well, that's what they're getting paid to do, and Shane and Drew are getting paid to come up with these skits and do shocking types of content that's fun. This is what I always challenge people to say. People keep saying more and more stuff comes out about Shane. No, it doesn't. This stuff has been there. There's nothing hidden. It's that the generations have not understood the context, or they have intentionally taken things out of context just to be bullies and get attention and money. That's what this is. Why was Shane Dawson so popular and had such a quick rise on YouTube if he was so awful and problematic? Why did so many people stand by and support him until like 2020? Seriously, till 2020. Why? Because back then, that was more normal. People were okay with it. People enjoyed that type of content. And just because people enjoyed that type of content then doesn't mean Shane is necessarily a horrible person. It doesn't mean he hasn't grown. And you love, he says, there's nothing to joke about, but then these two can joke about spitting in each other's faces. Totally okay for them to make jokes and them to make jabs at one another or jabs at situations, but not okay for Drew and Shane. In every relationship and in every friendship, there are boundaries. Some people who are overweight and sick would be highly offended if somebody called them fat all the time. You know what? I love it. I love it because it helps me get through what I went through to laugh about it. And that's okay. It's okay if somebody's offended and doesn't want that, because that's their boundary. It's okay if somebody wants that and it helps them heal. That's their boundary. All relationships are different. Some people have relationships and they're asexual, they don't have sex at all. Some people have relationships and they have open relationships. Why? Their boundaries are different. Some people have relationships and they do a lot of, wild promiscuous things, and some people don't. Are you trying to tell me one is better than the other? No, it's about the boundaries of that specific relationship and what those people are and aren't okay with. And for them to act like, and it just bothers me so much to act, they just took these little clips, didn't see any of the context or any of it, and just act like Shane is this horrible monster. Once again, bullying. But as I like to do, right? Clip didn't look very good. Is Shane spitting at people? Shane's so entitled and he's so disgusting. He thinks that people are so beneath him, he can just spit at them. Let's actually see the clip and what happened.
Hello, it's me, Drew. As a lot of you guys know, I'm proud to say I'm a tuber. I've been recognized in public over 15 times by various preteens, and they just love meeting the toe. That sounds so gross.
You just spit all over me.
Can I spit in your mouth? Why did you let me do that?
Because I love you.
I love that you're submissive. You let me spit into your mouth because you love me. You just... That's one of the meanest things you can do. That's like the scene in the movie where it's like, I can't believe he did that. John, you're going too far. I know he killed our daughter, but lick it off. Okay. You actually spit into my face. You know what? I'm not even gonna fucking put it in the video. It's fucking blackmail. And I'm gonna say that you fucking hate crimed me. You called me a fucking you-know-what. I don't even know. Oh my God. You guys make it up. No, I'm gonna turn that into a GIF and I'm gonna upload it separately.
Oh my God, the Tumblr. Oh my God.
Be honest, when I did that, you were like, he's like manly. Do you know what I mean?
Was like,
right?
I wanna that.
We've been flirting a lot today.
I know! Today, I don't know what it is.
I think we...
I know exactly what it is. Because you just made that video where you kissed that guy.
Please check it out.
And then I was like...
You're jealous. Oh, I thought it was jealous. You're a little jealous.
No, I'm not jealous of who. Grammy Award winning pentatonics, yeah.
Every year, we'll do a checkup video on if we are attracted to each other yet.
What would I have to do?
To be attracted to me?
No,
I mean,
for
like,
you to be-
shave my head.
For you to be attracted to me.
Oh, a lot. Just a complete redo of the content. I'm just saying it's not my cup of tea. No, I actually would fuck you while you ate food.
Okay, so they're so comfortable with each other that it was actually Drew that spit at Shane first. He did it first. But nobody says a word about that, do they? No, because we need to continue this narrative to bully Shane as much and as long as we possibly can. Because otherwise, we have no content and ways to make money. I'm not trying to be mean, but Dustin Dailey seems like his personality is literally just to be a mean girl. And that's sad to me.
But what's really weird is, you know, Trisha used to be like really good friends with Drew Johnson, because when we were hanging out with Trisha in LA, in 2019, she was talking about how she was going to go visit Drew and that he was going through a lot of stuff. You never hear Shane talk about Drew Monson anymore. You never see him tweet out anything or supporting him in any kind of way.
You never hear anyone do it.
No, you don't. It's just like he's
Weird.
become like...
He's like, I'm getting off the internet.
The dynamic between Shane and Drew is awkward when you sit back and look at it now and you know everything about Shane and how everything has come out about how Shane allegedly treats people.
Why is that weird? And furthermore, why is it so awful that, oh, Shane never does anything or says anything about him or supports them? First of all, friendships ebb and flow and come and go. You guys know there are some friendships I have. We can go a year without talking. We talk once a year. And I still consider that person a close friend and somebody I could call if I need them, and vice versa. And then there are some people I talk to every day. People grow apart. People get busy. People have families. In my situation, I'm 36. Most people have moved on to their second family and they are busy. I don't expect them to call me every day. Number two, Drew has, as they're saying, it's not weird because you literally said what it is. Drew took himself off the internet to focus on his issues. Shane is doing what's called being respectful of that. You know, not doing everything he can just to use people for attention, like people, in my opinion, like Dustin Dailey do. That's called being a respectful person. You know, the same thing as when he and Trisha Paytas have a private falling out, that he wants to handle that privately because that's what grown, mature adults do. Go ask any therapist. They're going to tell you the way that Shane and Ryland have handled it is the way you should handle it. Again, adults. And this isn't something that either these people understand, or I think with somebody like Dustin, I think he just wants to manipulate the narrative because he can get those money and those views, which I find very interesting.
Between Shane...
And I'm so tired of this. All the stuff we know about Shane come out and how he treats people. Is this a joke? Is this a joke? First of all, I haven't seen the evidence of how awful Shane is to people. I would love to finally see some evidence. Secondly, just because he's privately had a falling out with somebody doesn't mean he's a horrible person. What about all the good things Shane has done? What about the fact that Shane has supported an open secret? He's outed Chuck E. Cheese's behaviors with children and gambling. He's talked about human trafficking. You know, something that almost none of you woke YouTubers actually care about. You don't really care about the real modern day slavery that still goes on in the world. You guys just parade around and pretend to care about minor things in some places, but other places you weaponize that against other people. And I'm tired of this. I think we're all collectively tired of this behavior. And I feel like it's been allowed to get worse and worse and run rampant because any dissenting voices, they used to say, oh, you're alt-right or you're conservative. I can't tell you how many times people have accused me of being conservative, and I'm not. Some things I'm conservative, some things I'm liberal. I don't put anything on that. But we've made it such a political viewpoint that now anybody who wants to bully anybody, as long as it's under the guise of looking like you're in the social right, it's totally acceptable. And it's crap. And I'm not going to stand for that.
And Drew is awkward when you sit back.
And he says, well, now it's just awkward when you sit back and look. No, it's not. It's their friendship. You're like, how dare you sit there and judge somebody's friendship that you have willingly, and in my opinion, knowingly taken out of context? How can you sit there and say that and do that? You don't get to bully somebody else's friendship and relationship.
But you guys, please let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. If you would like, I'm going to link the video of Drew Monson and Shane that was uploaded on this channel. Watched, but you might easily be triggered because it might make you very angry. The comments on that video are very telling about the way people feel about this situation. So please let me know your thoughts down below. If you've seen this video, if you haven't, please come back.
The content might be triggering. It might be Dustin, you've intentionally misrepresented the content and you've intentionally wanted to trigger people. You wanted to create outrage and make you look like the person on a pedestal. That's exactly, like, this is such horse crap. That's exactly what you wanted to do. Also, when did the like to dislike ratio in the comment section prove truth and a fact? You guys understand in history, typically the truth speakers are not popular people and they end up getting hanged or something horrible happens to them. This is how it works. Most of the time, the factual voice, the voice of reason, the correct voice, the voice in the right, is not the one that's popular. And I'm so tired of people equating popularity with fact or truth because it doesn't make it so. And the other thing I really want you guys to be aware of and think about, YouTube is the entertainment business. It might be alternative to the big media, but at this point, it's still big media. And the players involved, people like the Petty Pages, the Dustin Daileys, the Trisha Paytases, these are people that in a sense have to do with big Hollywood. Trisha directly with the stuff she's done. I'm not saying that when it comes to Petty Paige or Dustin, but they will play those dirty, underhanded games to make themselves look like heroes and grow their channel, all while really they're just bullying people who haven't really done much wrong. Now, I'm not saying Shane hasn't done any wrong or hurt people by his past content. And like I said, if you are upset, I'm not here to argue that. I can't tell you how you should feel. That is everybody's individual situation. But I'm talking about the fact that people are upset with his past content, and some rightfully so, and that they have deemed that Shane will forever be allowed to be bullied by the internet no matter how many times he apologizes, how much he asks for forgiveness, how much he removes himself, no matter what he does, no matter how much he tries to change for the better. And that's where I'm not okay with it. Guess what? People get to make mistakes. People get to grow. People get to evolve. People get to be forgiven. And sometimes people don't forgive people, and that's okay too. All of it is okay, but it doesn't mean Shane just has to stop existing or continues to get bullied for the rest of his life. It's crap. This is why I laugh at this point when people get mad at how many videos I make when I'm like, drama channels over 8 months, hundreds of videos on Shane, nobody says a word. It's hypocritical. And the thing I want you guys to take away with, I want to start a little social media revolution I'm sure nobody will care about. Let's bring laughter back. Humor is okay. Humor is okay. You know what? It's okay to joke with your friends. It's okay to make skits where you're joking with people. All of that, as long as it doesn't go too far, right? All of this is okay. Joke as much as you want. Use as much dark humor as you want, as long as you and the people are involved are respectful with one another's boundaries. Because apparently, back in 2014, people were totally okay with this content. Otherwise, why wasn't it taken down? Now, it doesn't mean we haven't grown and evolved since then, like Shane has and apologized for, but it means I don't think we should bully him for the rest of his life because society was okay with something at the time that he capitalized off of and profited off of and did well at, especially when he's trying to change. I wonder in 10 years how people like Petty Paige and Dustin Dailey, I wonder how their bullying will be perceived and if it will be acceptable then. I wonder if they will be allowed to have careers or if the whole world will bully them as a result. Guys, if you like this video, please help me out and give me a big thumbs up, like the video. And if you don't, hey, your thumbs down helps. So it's fine. It's nice to have nothing but positive comments and positive, up likes, but the downvotes also help my channel too, so I don't care. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think, good, bad, or indifferent. I would love to hear it, and I would love to have the engagement. And if you are respectful and polite, I will take it in even if we disagree. And share this content with people you might think could enjoy it. Okay, guys, I'm going to go and just get content ready for this weekend. I've got what I think are some fun things. And be prepared. I have parts 2, parts 3. There might be a part 4 to this. I don't want to go too much into this, but there was so much that I'm like, this is going to be a 50-minute video. There's no way to put it all in because not only do we have Dustin's non-apology apology, we also have Dustin Dailey, body shame and mental illness shame Dawson. Because it's okay. You know what? If the bullies have decided that somebody is to be bullied, we can do all the opposite rules of what we declare social justice as we fight so hard against them. And I don't like bullies. I've dealt with enough of them in my life and enough of them on YouTube, and that's why I speak out and I give you guys alternative perspective. Even if it's not popular, I don't care. I want to speak the truth and do it in the best integrity as I can. Doesn't mean I'm perfect, doesn't mean I don't make mistakes. But that's the thing. Part of the journey of life is that we get to grow and change and make mistakes and learn and become better people. And anybody else who wants to claim otherwise, in my opinion, is full of crap, depending on the context. All right, guys, take care. Blessings, lots of love. Till the next video, I'm giving everybody hugs, kisses. Stay safe and stay healthy, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the love and support. I appreciate you guys so much. Bye.